Happy Tuesday to you. It is Tuesday, yes, coaching day. And Christie's already now just watches because people are texting and just life is life. So, are you doing okay, honey?
Yes. I'm just trying to find your
What thing is that?
your feed.
Okay. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Leslie. Happy to hear Bailey's okay. She's not better. So Shay actually just took her to the vet seconds ago. Christie's like, not good. But at the same time, the vet, thinks it's a belly issue, colitis, and she hasn't eaten yet. So I have no idea why she's still in pain. Very strange. But hopefully he'll figure it out. He's a smart vet. This is the thing with veterinarians, why they make so much money. A human being, when you ask them a question, can answer. And a dog can't, unless it's a talking dog. Is that my dreams or is that real?
Yeah, it's not real life.
Yeah, I can't remember. Chrissy's got this thing that says real life and imaginary, and I always confuse the two. So I think I have to go look at the chart again and see which one it is today. So yes, Leslie, please, don't say sorry. We don't. So Shay just took her. So there we go. Today going to be a great day. We're doing lunch at 1:00 today.
Yes.
And coaching at noon. Meeting Steve at the office at 11. I don't think anything else today. So
it's potentially another new listing coming up.
Yeah, and it's mex.me.
Good morning, Kazi.
Mex.me /AMA Register, pre-register. You'll be emailed to remind you that at 8:00 Central Standard Time today, it's Mexico Life's Ask Me Anything. So we have nothing really to chat about there until you ask us questions. So we really do need to set up a pre-question email so people can email us, and that way, if they don't get to ask the question, we can answer it, and then they can watch the video again. We are going to start posting these on YouTube, etc., just because the questions are getting really good. And I mean, they've always been good, but I think us answering them is a little bit more concise, I guess. Sure. Now, insurance. What would you say for somebody who says, "Oh, health insurance"? I now just say call Intercam.
Yeah, we are actually looking into that. We want to find out for home insurance. I use the broker at Intercam for my car insurance, and they are pretty reasonable, pretty on par. Health insurance is very, very personal because it totally depends on your situation, your age, your needs, pre-existing conditions. Yeah. So good morning, Karen. So I would say that
here's what I do know. If you want to live longer, fast once in a while. Long fast. So 3-day fast. You're going to want to work into that unless you're just like a brave soul. But the cool thing is that after that third day, holy cow, it is easy. Your mind is clear. You're focused. You're like the speed of a ninja.
My mug matches my dress today.
It does.
Thank you, Shay.
That is gorgeous.
Don't do that again.
It is gorgeous. Actually, what does Amberlynn say now?
It's so cute.
It's so cute. Yes.
In her little accent.
Yes. So the pool still coming. We need to figure out what to do to protect our grandbabies from that pool. So, because we can lock the door here, but I think we still need something until they learn how to swim. I think we just need to get the kids learning how to swim.
Yeah.
When I was 5, I almost drowned. So what happened was they had like this public city thing. And we went to the pool. And at some point, I ended up in the water. And I'm at the bottom of the pool. And I see everybody walking around. And I'm yelling for help. And nobody was coming to get me. So somebody did pull me out of the pool. I ended up in an ambulance. I woke up in the ambulance. So I kind of was down there, went to sleep, Woke up in the ambulance. I had to pee so much for days. I remember I just had to pee, 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 pee. So yeah, my mom got me into swimming lessons immediately after that, and she never actually attended any of the swimming lessons. I think it just messed her up so bad that
Yeah.
I could have died. Then of course at Destiladeros, this is another thing you need to know. If you're going to come to Mexico and you're going to swim, you need to watch what the water is doing when there's these cross currents. The undertow happens, and I got sucked out to sea and was pushed almost like 3/4 of a mile to a mile down the beach, and had a talk with God, and the waves just stopped instantly. I stepped on, and immediately they went again. But yeah, that was a terrifying thing because 2 people died that day.
Hmm. Well, apparently there's a red flag up out in Guayabitos because they had a let's say 2 meter
Yeah,
high
2 meter.
wave. It's a lot of water.
That is a ton of
It's a
water.
lot of water. Karen is asking if we've ever tried intermittent fasting. She's on
Oh,
day 2 or 3.
yeah, we've done it.
We pretty much do it all the time. I mean, we're not.
Not losing weight, not doing it religiously.
No, and we're not careful enough with it. But
Yeah.
we don't usually eat until early afternoon. That's kind of been our standard. But if you eat too late, you have to pick a window and you have to stick with it. And in that window, you should try to eat as good as possible. Although the nice thing about intermittent fasting is within reason, you can kind of treat yourself. But if you're not careful, you're not going to lose weight. And no matter what diet even low carb. I mean, we've been steady. I think I don't know exactly what I weighed when we first started, but I think I'm down between 7 and 9 pounds.
Mhm.
And so and OMAD's another really good one. That's
That's
a
what Leslie
very
does. It's one meal a
intermittent.
day, one meal a
Yeah.
day. Oh, mad.
Yes, you will need to teach them to swim because no fence will keep climbing children out if they are determined to get in the water. Very true.
Very true.
Very true. The girls have little floaties, which they love and they wear. But, if they take it off or if they go out without it, you never know what can happen. So,
Yep. Especially a spicy granular kid.
yeah. Yeah.
We love Amberlynn and Taylor, obviously. But Amberlynn is just so flippin' brave.
And Amelia, she's not trying to get into any pools.
Well, Amelia's only 2 months old.
Well, I mean, so.
But she does smile a lot.
Oh, yeah.
All the kids smile.
They stopped yesterday to pick up some of their stuff on their way home. And I'm leaning over and I'm talking to Amberlynn. And every time I look at Amelia, this big smile. And I'm like, oh, my heart.
Yeah, she's a good grandma. She loves that smiley. She loves grandkids. And it doesn't matter if they're upset or whatever. She's just still like, I just love them so much.
Kids get upset. It happens.
Wives get upset. What do you do about that?
Just hug me.
It works. And I feel better too. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. It is that. Oh, yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. So what listing are we talking about today? Which property?
Another one in Los Árboles.
Ooh. Oh, that's right.
Such a weirdo. He's the one that told me yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we did have it listed previously. There were renters, complications. If you're going to list a property, do not allow renters in there because renters talk to each other and they find out what they can do and they do it. And they just make our lives a living hell because we tell people, we give you a 24 hours notice, but if your renters don't care, it could be weeks. And on the MLS, this is very particular to our MLS. If you can't get in within 72 hours, it needs to be removed from the MLS because if you can't get in within 72 hours, why is it for sale?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is very important for the sellers. And if it is renter free, we can sell it faster.
Yeah.
So right now we're going through Santa Fe. There is a listing that's available in there, and we can't even show it till March 15th.
Yeah, because the renters won't let us. So my mom is saying that it is very doable. I've been doing intermittent fasting for years. For a few years, I eat within an 8-hour window, and my mom has lost some weight. That is for sure. Leanne says that grandkids are the very best. She'll see hers in June. Good morning, Leanne. Yes, I am so, so, so thankful that my granddaughters live here.
Yes, a couple blocks away because
Yes.
she's a Machiavellian grandmother.
I would call that smart. Who doesn't want their grandkids to live close when they're young? When they get older, it's one of those things where they get older, they have their own life, they do their own thing, and yeah, they see Nana once in a while, but um, now my girls like the best, the smiles and Amberlyn, hey Nana.
Of course, Emily does it to everybody when she sees them. For you, though, it's just extra special.
Why do you have to go there?
I'm just saying. Her smile is so big. It is so like she squinches her nose when
Yeah,
she
she wrinkles up
smiles.
her little nose.
She's a very, very happy, loving, awesome child. And I mean, they all are. Please understand. It's just that Amberlyn has a very infectious smile.
Yeah.
And, it's funny because we do the 3, 2, 1 thing, but she says, what you guys saw the other day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's just 3, 2, 1. And when we do that, her smiles are huge.
Yeah, Leanna's saying that it would be fantastic to have grandkids close by. She misses her so much between visits, and she misses so much between visits. You know what I mean? Like you miss those steps and those smiles and the coos, and like you don't see it. And a video isn't the same.
It isn't the same.
I know when we travel, we do a lot of WhatsApp, FaceTime, whatever you want to call it. We don't have Apple product. Well, we do. We have Apple. But anyways, we do a lot of WhatsApp video calls with the granddaughters and just make sure that they know what we're doing. And if I've bought them something that isn't a surprise, I'll show them and get them excited. And, so.
Just remembering Taylor when the girls, Shay and Mackenzie, were chatting with the girls, each on separate devices. Taylor goes up and she hugs
to hug the
devices.
The iPad, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was very
so
cool.
Adorable.
And I think one of my favorite things was when you were chatting on the phone one day and Taylor was in the bedroom and I'm like, oh, here's Nana, blah, blah, blah. And then you walked in and she's like, how are you doing this magic?
That was when she was younger, yeah.
How are you doing this magic? So that is the beauty of technology too, though, because in the old days, you could just talk on the phone. When we first moved to Mexico, we'd have to drag our kids to a payphone and we'd buy the card. You used to have the card, insert the card, phone up, and then that's how we would chat with our family north of the border. Even though with the VoIP, I don't know why we didn't use VoIP more because we've had the VoIP line. So it must have been, you know what? It was more so when we didn't have internet because of Telmex's screw up.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Yeah, that was fun. 6 months, no internet, no phone. And my lawyer saying, well, actually, Telmex told me first, it is our fault, but it is your problem. Take care of the problem, and then we can fix it. I'm like, you guys have created this issue. My lawyer's just like, pay them. And that was the problem in those days. I was so right and wrong and blah, blah, blah. Now I realize in Mexico, if there's a problem, just pay for it. It'll go away. You may get your money back. You may not. We ended up getting like a year of phone service for free because they screwed us so bad and got caught.
Leanne, my daughter made this mug for me and brought it with me. It kind of dried a little wonky, so it's a little oblong.
It's in the right direction.
But yeah, no, it's a I have big hands, so big handle, big cup, holds lots of coffee. But yeah, she made it for me, and she knows that I like big mugs, and I like purple, so she made this for me. And she's here visiting, and she's really getting good at her pottery. Like some of the stuff, she made another mug over there for Chuita, a much smaller mug, so it isn't. Oh, maybe
it's a human size.
Yeah. So
not like hers. So yeah, I think I would like to get into pottery. That sounds like it might be fun. And it's not huge as far as cost goes. Although I think
ask Leanne and Gwen how not huge it is as far as cost goes.
Oh, who knows? If you want good
it's obviously big enough. My mom said, I'd really love it if you do more of that with the girls so I could keep in touch with them. Mom, you can call
do it.
them.
You can call. And you can come to Mexico too. I don't know how right now. But what we keep hearing is that people aren't even asking at the airport or anything if anybody's been vaccinated.
But then some people say they are, so it's hit and miss. It's a crazy thing. Yeah, and there's a loud dog out there. Yeah, good luck. Oh, there's the horse is getting all. Oh, there's horses out there on that.
Oh my God.
That's why.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hear some noises here soon.
Well, that big white one's not here, so probably not.
So when we used to have the horses free on the street, it would be insane. The horses would rise up and scream and yell
Yeah.
and be running at
There's one
the
horse that would
fence.
get quite aggressive. The little foal is a little anxious because I can see her reflection. Oh, there's
It
another
bounces
horse
that way, here, there.
going
So that's how
by.
she's doing this because
Yeah.
really it's out this way. So, okay, what else is going on in our world? So, tonight, once again, mex.me/AMA, ask me anything.
Yeah, Karen, again with the dog, I'm not sure she's okay because Shay's actually at the vet again with her now. He wanted to check her out and she wouldn't jump up into the truck, which she normally
Yeah,
does,
she
no
was
problem.
crying.
And Shay lifted her very gently and she was whining. So I don't know what's going on with my mutt, but hopefully
Yeah.
the vet will figure it out.
I thought Shay was very mature because I asked Christy, I said, we don't have to do coffee time today. You can go with her. Shay's like, but you're just going to find out a few minutes later after I do. And Christy's like, yeah. I wish life was that simple
Yeah.
all the time. I really
Well,
do.
and Shay, first of all, Shay loves animals. So, and she understands all that because she did do some animal sciences in university and she works in a lab and all that kind of stuff. So she really probably understands everything Eduardo says better than I do. And
Well, years ago, our girls, they started with the Peace program, which was this spay neuter program. And it fascinates me what these children were allowed to do. Our girls at the time,
mhm.
children, obviously they're adults now. But at the beginning, they would be there to monitor the vitals of the animals after they've had the anesthesia. And they'd be laying on their back with their tongues hanging out and stuff, and they just monitor vitals. Then they were
Hi, Sherry.
they went through the process to ultimately even do incisions and suturing,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, in Canada, would they allow children under 15 years of age to do that? They were also, for when they were 13 and 15, they were dolphin trainers for an entire summer. They had the dolphin trainer uniforms. They would have to clean the tanks, clean the poop. They would feed the dolphins and socialize the babies. They would come home in bruises because these babies come running at them because that's why they do this. So I think they sacrifice children so the adults that pay don't get harmed. But our daughters had the time of
Oh,
their
they
life.
loved it. They loved
So
it.
you talk about like the things that you can do in Mexico, and it's still a lot like that. We're still getting more laws and things are changing,
Yeah.
but we're still 40 to 50
They'd have
years
to wear helmets. Yeah, probably.
before Canada and all of the silliness that goes with that. And I mean, even now, when you look at Canada, war in Ukraine, very interesting. Somebody posts on Facebook this morning, OMG, Mexico is still allowing Russia to come in. This is what you need to know, that right now we're undergoing all of this crap, COVID, everything. And it's absolutely the WEF, it is the New World Order, it is all this stuff. And Russia is against that. Everybody else that's for this, the billionaires, all of the media, everybody that's against all of this Russia crap, dude, can you imagine? It would be just like Cuba back in the old days when they were trying to stick nuclear weapons in Cuba. It's the exact same thing. Why the hell would you try and put all this military and defense weapons and oppressive weapons? I think there was 11 state sponsored by the U.S. Chemical or like Wuhan, what they did in the virus lab. Who would allow that to be next door to them? So it's foolish on behalf of these oligarchs to actually do this crap. So understand, Russia is doing what Russia does because they have to defend their own position. So I love that Mexico is still allowing Russia to come in because in Mexico, the only socialist out of North American leaders is more pro freedom than the other guys. I cannot figure that out.
Good morning, Marie.
Very strange. So yeah, it is. Please, there's no reason to risk your life to go over there, but at the same time, it sucks that Ukraine is going through that. But at the same time, the West gets to take responsibility for it again. So it's just us causing problems. Poke, poke, poke. You don't poke the bear. Russia's the bear. Don't poke the bear.
You done?
Maybe. So there you go. That is how I feel about the whole Russia Ukrainian crap that's going on right now. So, and I guess if the last president was in, this wouldn't have happened. No, it's very true. Very true. The only president in the 20th century, and probably even before that didn't start a war or fight one. He was done. You're doing what Amberlin does.
Making faces so you stop talking?
Yeah, well, then why don't you talk? This is what I have to live with. So, what are we going to tell them now?
We have a very busy week coming up.
And we are going to Mexico City, you said, right? At some point?
I'm thinking so, yep.
Are we ordering the pool?
Yes. Dang it. Let's do that.
There you go. And we should probably share with them the pictures of the pool, like when we get them, because I like that pool. It's a great pool.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 7 feet of shallow space. It's 10 or 11
inches deep, yeah.
And that is for chairs. It is for people to sit. It is for kids to play.
Karen loves your views. Thanks, Karen. Now I'm going to call you a Karen.
You better stop that. But yeah, it is the people who hate us.
Okay, now go back to the pool.
The media, the
Good
politicians.
morning from Buceria's Gym. We've got to get together for lunch with you before you leave this time.
Yeah, if they hate you, do not listen to them. They've been wrong about every freaking thing for the last few years. All of a sudden, we're supposed to believe them again.
So back to the pool. It has a 7-foot shallow, like 11-inch spot. So you can sun in it. You can put a chair in it. You can let your grandkids play in it. And then it's got
5 meters of deepness.
5 meters?
Well, I think it's 7 meters, and that's 2 meters and just 6.
Yeah, I guess So it would be about 5 meters of
regular pool.
4.5 foot, or
4'10".
And then
by 10 feet.
10 feet across, yeah. And we're going to do the casitas, and we're still really quite torn about the casitas.
We haven't even talked about it since yesterday morning when we were talking about it in front of you yesterday.
Did we talk about it more yesterday?
Yes.
Or was it the day before?
Today's Tuesday.
Right. I'm so excited that you're getting a pool. Your granddaughters will love it. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's totally awesome. To me, that sounds like a good pool. Yeah. No, I think it'll be a perfect pool. We're going to do saltwater filtration.
That part excites me.
We're going to do a heater.
Now, this is the thing that I did not know with the saltwater pool, because I expected it to be salty like the ocean. It's not. It's called a saltwater pool because it takes salt, which is sodium chloride, NaCl, splits them, takes that chlorine, puts it in the pool. So it's just constantly making its own chlorine.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an inertial push that you have to do. So if you're going to have a party with 12 people, 2 days in advance, you're going to have to jack your chlorine level. So that way,
your salt levels,
your chlorine is ultimately what you're going to do. So that way, when the people go in, it's not going to destroy the balance of the pool.
Yeah. So that, I think maybe we can order it today because I have to transfer them the money, sign the contract.
Contracts for a pool?
And then we still have to work on our permits and stuff. We still have to figure that out. If we're not going to change our main floor of the casita, which maybe we just shouldn't. Maybe we should just leave it as is. Okay.
Yesterday, we went and did a listing appointment, got the listing. We will be talking about this in the next week or so. It's an incredible condo in the marina. It's the penthouse level. It's the 4th floor. It's an older building, but it's got a spectacular cupola.
And an elevator.
Over the kitchen. And it also has this terrace on both sides. So it's got a terrace over the courtyard, swimming pool, tennis court, but also over the road. And what many of the owners...
it's set back a bit from the road, though. Like, it's not like it's right on the road. Yeah. It's set back. There's some trees and all that kind of stuff.
But what most owners have... Well, half of the owners of this development have done is filled in that back terrace that's on the road.
Made a bigger kitchen.
Made a wall, and they've got a big kitchen.
Big window, big kitchen. Yeah, it's a great idea.
It is.
So...
And it really is... It's furnished, but it's furnished with Old Mexico. The tiles are kind of Saltillo style tiles, but smaller versions. Shiny, old. The furniture is spectacular. It is a gorgeous.
It's built in. The couches and stuff were built in. Cement with nice, comfortable cushions.
So it's going to be in the 300 to 400,000 range yet. I haven't done the numbers, but that is the range it's going to be in. But it is so special. Maintenance fees are 3,600 US per year. So when you divide that up, it's like $300 a month. Property taxes on that are probably going to be in the $200 to $300 range a year. So that's a good one to keep aware of. I took a bunch of photos yesterday. I will share those on Facebook probably later today, just to let you guys know that this is coming, and all good.
Yes.
And we've got a house in Bucerias that's going to be in the 450 to 500 range. Pool, everything. It's a gorgeous house. The owners have taken incredible use of this. Both of these last two listings, there's very little that has to be done.
And then I'm assuming with the Los Arboles house, he'll have it spectacular too when we go to list.
That's true. It was funny because I was worried about listings, and all of a sudden everybody's now calling us.
Yes, we've got a few really good ones coming up, so we're very excited about that.
And they will sell so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll probably sign off here. It is getting to be that time, and we have to get ready to head to the office. And
we will be joining you from our office eventually. I mean, we keep saying when this is going to happen, and it's just we're so busy right now.
We just haven't taken the time because we've been so busy that
during the day, we're so busy that at nighttime, we're just like,
Or, like this week, we have something happening every night of the week.
Why would you do that to me? All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great one, you guys.
Have a great day.
We will chat with you.